Hi Aquarius, welcome to your general weekly reading. This is for the 11th to the 17th of April. It is a general reading, so just take what resonates with this particular one. Do feel free to check out the other signs as well. I'm fortunate, I'm Libra in Sun, Moon and Rising, so I only need to do one. But some people could be, Aquarius, Scorpio, Libra, so you'd check out Scorpio and Libra as well. Anyway, this is for Aquarius. We're going to start off with the True Black. It's been shuffled, it's ready to go. Same with the Art Nouveau, the golden Art Nouveau deck here for any clarifying cards that we might need. So let's just jump straight in and see what we get. Aquarius, here we go. That is the 7, isn't it? Yeah, the 7. 7 of Cups, choices, choices, choices. Crossing that, you've got the King of Cups. Cool, calm, collected, mature, sensible. The Moon in your near past. Trusting, there's been a lot of untapped energy there. Oh, fantastic! Always good to see the Fool in a reading. Near future. Then what's going away from the reading? The root of the matter is the 9 of Wands. That's the Wounded Warrior. Again, it's a great looking card in this particular deck. But the wolf there has got blood on his belly, so he's been in a bit of a fight, or she's been in a bit of a fight. But there's still plenty of strength to give there. I wouldn't want to take on a cornered wolf, would you? And then the head of the matter, this is how you clearly see the situation. This is the 9 of Swords, otherwise known as the Nightmare card. We'll talk about that in a bit. It's not the nightmare people think it is. So that's your question. So whatever question you've got at the moment, that's what we talk about there. I'll go into detail in the cards in a moment, and then this is how you find yourself. Temperance. Let's see if we can get that in shot. Then we have how others people see it. The Chariot. That's a great card to get there. Hopes and Fears, Hangman, one of my favourite cards in the deck. Such a beautiful card, this one. I love the guy's expression on this. Really good card, that one. And then the final outcome. Weird. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles. That's unusual. Everything else, there's a little bit of negativity, heavy energy at the top there. But other than that, this is a really positive, really strong reading. Bottom of the deck, strength, strong reading. So I'll just leave her at the top to remind us. So that's really good. Let's go into a bit of detail here for you. So the first card, it's basically there are 7 cups on here with lots of different things in there, and the idea is they all relate to different things. So whatever you wish for is in here. Do you want a new house? Do you want money? Do you want wealth? Do you want fame? Do you want happiness? Choices. Do you want a new job? Do you want a new partner? It does. The negative side of this card is it does talk about you've got to be really careful that you're not stuck for choice, so you don't make a choice. So just be careful of that. The thing that's crossing it or opposing it is the King of Cups. This is a really mature kind of energy. The King of Cups is a really calming influence. Been there, done that. Even on this card, you've got the squid swimming alongside fish, so you've got predator and prey in perfect harmony. So yeah, that's a real kind of calming influence. There's not a lot of worrying energy on this at all. What's happened sort of historically, you've got the Moon in your near past. The Moon is all about sort of illusion and, is it true? Lot of potential energy floating around as well. You just need to make sure you utilise that, or did utilise that. And then there's obviously been some kind of event that's kind of ground you down. I sometimes think with this card, it's less to do with the actual reason for the fight and more to do with the fact that in conflict or conflicting situations there aren't really any winners. There are winners and losers, but both of you come out of it bruised and battered and ready to do it all over again. So it's almost like you want a resolution, which we may get to on here. But anyway, this is the root of the matter, and it's going away from the situation this week. And then the head of the matter, this is what you think it's all about. This is the Nightmare card, the Nine of Swords. And again, in a more traditional deck, this has 9 swords hanging over someone's head, and they've sort of sat up in bed. They've had a nightmare, they've had a night terror. But in this card, you know, you've got a rabbit, a white rabbit, standing for purity and innocence and truth and all the good stuff, has been impaled. But that's not blood that's coming out of it, that's rose petals. And even the sword itself has got a glass-like quality, it's quite translucent. It's because it's not real. It literally is a dream. So I would warn you against falling for stuff like this. You know, you need to get to the root of the matter and find out what is actually going on, or what you think is going on. And the underlying theme for this, of course, being strength, means you've got enough strength this week to deal with it. So this card, being on the bottom of the deck, kind of informs the whole reading, sort of sits underneath. So it's like the current underneath that just pulls you along. And here you can see this sort of, again, anything kind of unclothed in tarot decks is all about authenticity and honesty and truth. It's like, you know, you're bearing your soul, you're bearing your skin, nothing to hide. So she's standing up for what she believes in. She's protecting this, what we think is a rather terrifying snake, against all these spears and halberds there. She's got the infinity symbol on her head, so she can do it forever. She's got olive branch in this hand, you know, a classic symbol of peace, and broken arrows in the other. And she's just standing up for what she believes in, and really is stopping anything happening. It's a really strong card, this. And you know, at its very simplest, you've got enough strength to do whatever life throws at you next week. And then in near future we have the Fool. What a great card. The Fool 0 in the tarot. excuse me. And it's all or nothing. It's all about jumping in with both feet. It's literally rolling your sleeves up, going off on the adventure. Really positive, really solid energy there. That definitely negates the Nine of Swords. So you've got the Strength and the Fool. This world-weary battle. So there's some choices, or you know, choices to be made. You can be quite cool and calm about it. It's not going to be one of those heated choices where you make it in the heat of the moment. So I think that's really nice energy as well. And that brings you down to the situation as you see it, which is temperance, you know. And again, those swords and flowers in the background, it's all, and yin and yang at the top there. It's all about finding the balance in a situation. You know, it's hard for anybody to, in the cold light of day, go, do you know what? I think what they're saying is right. You know, if your partner is doing your head in, but they're saying the right things, maybe you just need to take a beat and go, yeah, you know, I can see what they're saying. A work situation, you know, oh, I'm working till midnight, well, so's the rest of the team. Oh yeah, so they are, you know. So the question isn't who's working late or who isn't, but why are you doing it, how are you going to address that, and having the strength to address that. So that's what this card is, and that's how you see the situation at the moment, which is a good place to be in. Let me just move these two for a sec. How other people see you, the Chariot, victory. In other more traditional card decks, it is a man in a chariot with all the stars above him, you know, the canopy of stars above him, as above so below, conscious, subconscious, perfect working order. And it's about having victory through control. And I don't mean that in the negative version of control, in the really positive version of control, where you are controlling and driving the situation. So far, you know, with the Strength card and the Fool and Temperance and the Chariot, this is like win. And then, yeah, one of my favourite cards in this deck. I like the Hangman anyway, but I think this is just gorgeous. So he's actually, you know, going back to the earth almost. He's turning into liquid gold, and he's fertilising the ground. And obviously there's wheat growing where he lies that could be harvested. He's literally dissolving into nothingness, into these butterflies, and he's got a really serene expression on his face. It's hard to see here. I wonder if it's better if I turn it over. See, will that focus? There you go. You know, it's just really calm and restful. Very, very happy. And this card is really simple. I think it's about the losing the battle to win the war. You know, so we've talking about this fight that's been down here, that's just been wearing you down, that's going away. Sometimes you go, do you know what? Just let them have the victory, because they're going to win the battle but lose the war, because you've got the strength to kind of overcome everything here. The only card in this entire reading that looks really incongruous and really out of place is this one, which is the Five of Pentacles. I don't like the Five of Swords either, but the Five of Pentacles. And, you know, these coins coming out of here are all dirty and broken and useless, and it's a card of sorrow, and it's a card of it's normally got two beggars walking past a stained glass window with 5 pentacles in it, and it's a really dour, downbeat, sad card. And it talks about two things. One, it talks about everything in tarot is only temporary. That includes the good and the bad. You know, a nightmare was only overnight. The strength is only for the weak, as in for 1 week. I don't mean strength for the weak. You know, and losing the battle to win the war. These battles and things can be minutes. They can be hours. We're not talking about something in tarot. Is all about balance. It is all about, this is very, very short-lived. So this outcome of sorrow that you've got for some reason, and I can't see why, maybe it'll get clarified in a moment. I can't see why you would be so sad getting all these really powerful cards here. You know, you're all about balance. You're all about jumping in with both feet. You're going to have a victory because of it, or someone thinks you're victorious already. The Hanged Man is just seeing a situation from a different perspective. He's put himself upside down deliberately to really force that, you know, let's look at it from this angle and see their point of view. There you go. I think that's how that matches up. So using the Hanged Man to see their point of view, and it's not the nightmare you think it is, and you've got the strength, the mature attitude, choices to be made. I do think as well that with the Sun and the Nine of Wands, things can and the Nine of Swords, those 3 cards there can all feel very woe is me, and very kind of you know, this situation is really difficult, everyone's against me. Well, that's the moon. The moon's very good at, you know, you've got to dig deep with moon energy. It's a fantastic conduit for potential energy and can be really powerful, but you've got to sort out the truth from the illusions, and the reality from the nightmare, you know, and the actual battle from the war. So there's some kind of filtering that needs to be done there. But what this card I really like about this card, and there's not much to like about this card, is it's just temporary. So in the other version where it's got the 2 beggars underneath the stained glass window, if they just walk around the corner, the doors will open, they can go in, they have hot meal, they can get some shoes, they can have a good night's sleep and some money to send them on the way. It'll be over before they know it. So it's only a week. I think you're in a really positive position this week. So any kind of little whispers about how bad it is, I can't see why, but you know, if you're taking some residual energy from these two, or this battle's really grinding you down, it could be that, you know, you just feel but just be careful of self-pity. You know, it doesn't serve you. It really doesn't serve you. So let's clarify this with these 3. Just use again, the decks are all shuffled before I do this, because, you know, who wants to watch people shuffling a deck? So let's see. 8 of Cups. This is about you're not satisfied with you're not satisfied with the situation. You know, you can't get any joy out of these here, so you're setting off not kind of into the unknown. And again, there's the eclipse of the moon there, so you know, that kind of, is it true, is it real, is it an illusion? But one thing this card does talk about is, yeah, you're heading in the right direction. You're setting off with a real purpose. So that's yeah, that's cool. You also got the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Sorry, Page of Wands. This is all about enthusiasm. It's all about wanting to do the right thing, but just needing some kind of guiding hand, I suppose. Some just some confirmation from somebody that you are doing the right thing, and you are doing the right thing. These are really powerful cards: Strength, Fool, Chariot, Temperance, Hanged Man. They're great. And finally we have two wands. Again, nice wand energy in this. Got the whole world in his hands. He's got one wand already planted in the ground. He's obviously a fairly well-off, well-to-do, looking out over his domain. You know, it's very much a card of stage 1 complete. Let's move on to stage 2. And again, you know, the whole world in your hands there. So I think this is going to be a really good week for you guys. I would just be careful of the moon energy. So make sure, you know, sometimes the moon energy can be about gossip. It can be about untruths, but not lies. Just someone saying, did they really? I don't know. Did they really work till midnight? Do they really love you as much as they say they do? And you've just got to cut out the nonsense from the truth, and you can do that. And do with this week. If anything kind of causes you any trouble, just remember the Fool energy. You can go online and look up, you know, what the Fool means, but it's all or nothing. It's a leap into the unknown with real enthusiasm and vigor, which is what this fella is here. He's enthusiastic, he's vigorous, he wants to do it, he's just not sure how to. The Fool doesn't know how to either, but the Fool doesn't care. You know, the Fool just jumps off a cliff. I always reference it as my Hong Kong thing, you know. You want to go to Hong Kong? Go to Hong Kong. Buy a ticket. Make sure your passport's up to date, and off you go. You can't just say, I want to go to Hong Kong, and go, well, go on then. You go, well, my passport's not ready. I haven't got the money for it. I haven't saved up. Well, that's just a pipe dream. You know, you need to have some kind of plans in place. So yeah, whatever life throws at you next week, Aquarius. And I think the week before has been made you a bit jaded. Don't worry about it. It all comes good. So remember the Fool energy, strength in abundance, and the Hanged Man. So yeah, that's looking fabulous. I will see you next Sunday for more of the same. Have a great week.